Oh, now all of a sudden my phone didn't want to connect. Crazy, right? All of a sudden my phone couldn't connect. When I start talking about the cloning, the zoning, the owning, they clone the fuck out of people, you guys. They have been cloning people for so fucking long. And I... What the fuck is that noise? That's a truck outside. Sorry. Unless somebody was coming to the front door. Yeah, if you think... If you think... Um... Yeah. If you think that's the real Blueface, Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Sorry. Yeah, Houston, we have a fucking problem. I haven't talked about this because, I mean, whatever. Like, I always try to do different topics, horoscopes, collective readings, celeb readings. I do have a celeb reads coming. I did forget my cards. I went up to visit my boyfriend, and I told myself, all right, Tati, if you're gonna be here a few days, don't forget to put your cards in your bag. And I forgot. Oh, okay, so um yeah, I'm gonna do a celeb reads just by my third eye, probably later or tomorrow. But yeah, I was doing a little scrolly scroll, and every time I see the new Blueface, every siren, bell, body, every part of me fucking screams, because every time I look at Blueface, it's almost like God is whispering to me, and God's like, "Do you really think that's the real Blueface?" People go to jail, they bulk up, they change. I've seen that. I've had family members go to prison and come back looking ripped as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, that's true. But Blueface coming back with all those tattoos on his face was a symbol, you guys. And the kind of tattoos he had on his face, like, you see he has the MLB, the Major League Baseball like, what? Like, I know he was a baseball player, but... And a football player. But, why would he get those tats on his face? How do you get those kind of tats on your face in a facility? I know jailhouse tattoos are real. I'm like I said, I've had family members go to prison and come back looking all kinds of crazy. But what you gotta understand is the deeper agenda here, okay? And they love propping up people who are extremely problematic. That's why him and Krishan were literally leading in toxic relationship. If you okay, what's a good example? When Krishan and Blueface were together, if you would go through their comments, you would literally see people that are like, "Oh, me and my man, we get into physical fights, or me and my girl, we get into bad arguments, but we working it out." Um, the the biggest goal that the psyops have, and I'll tell you guys, the psyops are the people that do all the shit behind the scenes. Okay, the CIA, the FBI. I keep telling you guys, a lot of these people we see and put in front of us are CIA agents, or they work with the government, or they work with the FBI, or they were put here for some sort of agenda. I keep telling you guys, social media is a social experiment. Don't forget that. You are an experiment. Don't forget that. Social media was the easiest way for them to get into people's little pea brains. If you have a little pea brain, you're not going to feel bad by me saying that. You understand what I'm saying. People who don't have a certain direction in life, people that don't have parents, people that have been orphaned, foster children, people that have a lot of trauma, people that have mental health issues, right? People that are autistic, people that really, really need guidance, okay? The biggest prop up they'll do is put people like this, violent, crazy, womanizing, demeaning, fucking crazy. right? And Blueface, I'm telling you guys, I had this vision a while ago. I just never shared it because I have visions all the time. You know, I know I got a lot of people on my channel who actually really do have intense spiritual gifts, and they're really hard to navigate. Okay, that's why you gotta read, and you gotta learn, and you gotta ground yourself, and you have to invite love in your heart, even when people push evil onto you. It's very, 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 very important that you do that. Right? So, Blueface definitely was approached by CIA, FBI, PSYOP agents. These are the same people that are working with crisis actors. I'd say one of the biggest crisis actors situation right now is the ICE situation and the Black Panther situation that they've been trying to push in our faces. Blueface, Krishan, and all these other celebrities are no different, you guys. They're no different. Don't ever sit up here and think that the government every second, every day is not thinking of a way to bring down specifically minorities, Hispanics, Blacks, Asians. They're always trying to think of a way to bring down our communities. Day in, day out. Like I said, social media is an experiment, and people just be on there telling all their business. You see how easy it is to control people? Do you see how easy it is to control people? It's too easy to control people. They can do any little thing, and people eat it up, do they not? Do you not see all those people right now in Minnesota standing outside for a PSYOP? This country has always put up PSYOPs. America is the home of the PSYOP. Because the world laughs at Western culture. I'm not saying the world doesn't have problems, because absolutely the world has problems. But as far as the Western world, oh baby, we are the butt of the jokes. We have parade floats in other countries making fun of the USA. And the biggest PSYOP also, sorry, I'm laying down. I'm trying to adjust myself. The biggest PSYOP is also hood culture, right? You've got all these YouTubers going to people's hoods, bothering Bloods, bothering Crips, right? And what does Blueface claim? He claims Crip. And I've always told you guys, the gangs and the government have always had a connection, my love. Drugs and the government have always had a connection. The goal here is culture and influencing culture. And I'm sorry, this is why Black people that are not in America say Black Americans don't have culture. And I do not get mad when they say that, because growing up Black in America, is our culture violence? Is our culture broken relationships? Is our culture broken homes? What the fuck is our culture? Yeah, and I'm getting fucking mad because this has been pushed for so long. Especially me growing up as a child, seeing how it affected my family. That thug culture, that hoe culture. You know, I have a cousin with 6 or 7 baby mamas and 11 or 12 fucking kids. When we push this kind of culture and people aren't smart enough and aren't connected to heaven enough to break free of the mind control that comes from people like Blueface, like Krishan, like that show Baddies. I don't even get how people can even sit down and stomach that show Baddies. I cannot watch that show to save my life. That show makes me sick. I'll be damn, I sit up and watch women beat each other's ass all day. I'll be damn. Blueface is more than a clone, honey. They definitely cloned his ass. That's a fact, okay? And Blueface definitely went through a lot of Masonic rituals. I feel like a little bit before he went to jail, we saw him doing a lot of different Masonic rituals through that TV show him and Krishan had. And remember, he also had a show where there were girls on there beating each other's ass black and blue. It's the spirit of violence. They want to spread the spirit of anger to you, to me, to these children out here. Even these children know Blueface and Krishan. Why the fuck does a 6 or 7-year-old know who Blueface and Krishan is? Because they come from a broken home. Because their mother and father followed the same pattern of other people that were put in a position that Blueface and Krishan once were in the public eye. Remember, before they had social media, they had reality TV shows. And there's always been a rhetoric of the ghetto or hood stereotype. Always. Some people see it as cool, right? Like I said, some people, they didn't get parents. Some people are orphans. Some people are mentally ill. Some people are just alone in this world. Some people don't feel accepted. Some people feel depressed. So they feel like clinging on to a personality type. And I've seen this in a lot of people, you guys. I've talked about this. And this is why I really don't have many friends. And I don't care to have many friends. Because as you get older, you see how many people are easily mind controlled. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I do think Blueface will have a coming to God moment. Just like okay, hold on, sorry. I'm trying to say so much with so much on my mind right now, because I've been thinking about a lot of different topics these past couple days that I want to talk about to you guys. And since I'm here talking about Blueface, I also want to talk about Finesse2Tymes. Never heard a song of his, can't rap a bar of his, none of that. But same thing with Finesse2Tymes. When you have someone that's pushing a certain narrative and it's real ghetto and it's real nasty, ooh, the CIA and the FBI, they love that. They love it. Do you know how strong the energy is of people, period? Because all of us are God, are children of God. But specifically, my black community, do you know how powerful our spirits are? Do you really know? Because the way the FBI and the CIA, they rub their hands together like Birdman and lick their lips when they see a young black man or woman who's willing to act out a body, act out a character for a little bit of dough, indoor snow, okay? Because the drugs are a big part of that as well. There is a lot of mind control through these drugs that a lot of these people do. But Finesse2Tymes, my friend, I have a spiritual warning for him. And I'm seeing Finesse2Tymes in a pool of blood. So he really needs to be careful, because there is a lot of people that hate him. But you know what the worst part is, you guys? What Spirit told me? He hates himself. Finesse2Tymes deals with very dark childhood issues, like very, very dark childhood issues. Very dark. I don't know if he's spoken up about him. I do not follow him. But he has popped up on my timeline. And the only social media I have, when I say timeline, the only social media I have is YouTube.
I don't need no damn TikTok. I don't need Instagram. I don't need Twitter. That's too much scrolling. And like I said, I already feel like I can't talk to half these people out here because people's brain cells are in their asshole because they scroll too much. And I did come across a video of Finesse, like he was playing his PS5, but his eyes were rolling in the back of his head, honey. He was more than faded. I feel like before anything really, really bad happens to Finesse 2 times, like I feel like, because I do feel a very strong spiritual protection around him, around Finesse 2 times. I do feel like his protection, they have been trying to help him and keep him like up and keep him alert and keep him alive. But there's only so much your protection can do when you don't shut up. Finesse 2 times, your spiritual warning is to shut up. Because listen, I haven't seen his lives. I haven't seen anything. I don't know if Finesse 2 times talks about the government. I don't know if he talks about his record label. But I'm getting that kind of energy that maybe he does talk about the government or his label or something like that. He needs to really be careful because the way that they kill a lot of these rappers and celebrities, they make it look like it was a street beef. But in reality, it came from the CIA. They've been doing that since Tupac, honey. Okay? They love to make it look like it was an accident or they were robbed or they had beef. No. Once you talk about the government, once you talk about your fucked up contract you signed or your label or whatever it is that you're going through. The setup happened from day one when they can get you to sign that contract. So Finesse 2 times really needs to be careful. That's just something that I was thinking about like 2 days ago, and I wanted to put it in the next celeb reads, but I'm not going to be able to fit it in there because I got some other stories that I wanted to cover. I was interested in. And I wouldn't be shocked if we see something weird go down with Blueface in the next year or two. Something shocking. The way he's living and conducting his life is just it's a lot of heaviness around Blueface. But that's why we see him around that's why we see him around all these different women, because it's really, really easy to it's really easy to control men with lust, okay? I didn't want to say it like that, but I'm like, I'm just going to have to say it like that. And the number one thing that keeps men down is lust. The number one thing. And this is such an intense topic because when I start like channeling stuff like this, I start seeing like Kanye West, and I start seeing all the other celebrities that are being extremely either cloned or mind controlled. And it's all to push a deeper and darker narrative on the world, but definitely on minority communities. And don't think Clarissa doesn't know anything. Don't think Jaden doesn't know anything. Because they're all in on it. All those people, right? That's his mama name, right? Clarissa, right? And his mom is a foul ass woman too. Sorry, not sorry. The little clips I've seen of his mom talking about her son and then saying like weird, like almost sexual things about her son creep me out. People say that Blueface's mother is a Eastern Star, which is very similar to a Freemason, okay? Kind of like the same secret society, cult, sacrificial lamb kind of deal, right? People say that Clarissa is definitely Eastern Star, and that would not shock me. Because people like that, they usually push their children into some sort of fame so that they can feed off of that energy. So I think even though Blueface, whatever, before he went into jail, he was playing around with a lot of people. I think him coming out of jail, that he was definitely played with in more ways than one, if you know what I mean, what goes down in jail. If you know what I mean, what goes down in jail and between men locked up together, okay? I believe Blueface went through more than just one or two, three different things, as well as mind control. Mind control is another way of just a nicer way of saying like a clone. Because you got to understand, when you are mind controlled, you're basically a clone. They're putting your vibration, rearranging the energy in your frontal lobe, your right and your left lobe. That's why Blueface was the perfect specimen. It sounds really creepy to say that, but like I said, these the CIA, the government, the organizations they work with, they love to see a Blueface come in. They love it. Why? Because we saw Blueface easily manipulated with a little bit of money, easily manipulated with a little bit of pussy. The truth is, Blueface was actually easy for them to get. Almost too easy. And those are their usual targets. People that look up to money, people that look up to fame, people that look up to worldly items instead of honestly, truly looking up to heaven. And when shit hits the fan, right? Excuse me. When shit hits the fan, these are the same people that we see on their knees. Oh my God. God, please save me. Oh my God, I feel like the devil is chasing me. Those are the main people that we see crying out to God. Because before you get cloned, before you get mind controlled, you guys, most times, let me tell you, they have sold their soul already. That's why they become the perfect experiment to be mind controlled and cloned. Because you already gave your soul to us. You don't have one. Do you guys understand? Like, it's very, very serious out here. And, I always tell you guys, watch the company you keep. Watch the company you keep. Don't be around people that idolize money too much. Don't be around people that idolize fame too much, that idolize worldly items too much. You know what I'm saying? Because they will lead you astray. They will lead you astray, and you will find yourself in a situation that you didn't even think was possible. Because you wanted to get a little bit of money, or you thought somebody was getting a little bit of money and they could help you come up. But that's usually the catch. That's usually the catch, and most people drop the ball. Because a lot of people want a whimsical fairy tale. And happiness is not fleeting. Happiness is always within you. But that's why I say the people who are the easiest to manipulate and take are the ones that have already felt that darkness and feel like there's nothing else to life. Because they haven't opened themselves up to heaven truly. To what heaven can do. To how heaven can transform and alchemize you. Through your trauma, through your pain, through your losses, through your betrayals. And I really, 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 really hate to see what that's done to a big portion of my community. I hate it. But I think being honest with ourselves, being honest with God about the things we see, dreams, visions, whatever it is, experiences, whatever it is that you have. Because this world will flip you in more ways than one if you let it. This is why I always preach about having a backbone, physically and spiritually. I don't really think I have anything else to say. I just saw the picture of Blueface randomly, and it just it became really heavy on my mind. And I'm not doing too much of anything else either. So I'm gonna probably do another. I mean, this was basically one, but I'm gonna do the real celebrities tomorrow. Well, I don't have my card, so I'm just gonna have to just do it by my third eye. But I have no problem with that. All right, I'm gonna go back and chill, or I might come on here and finish up some of my zodiac signs that I was in the middle of doing. I think I got through like more than halfway of my zodiacs, so I might come do some more. But you guys stay safe out there, stay sharp, stay vigilant, stay righteous, stay bold, stay clean. Stay cool and stay calm. All right. We'll talk later, girl, boy. Bye.